Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we had another successful run going down and using the staff. That's the first time we succeeded with that weapon. I had my doubts, but we were carried big time by a super powerful Hex. As for this time though, I'm thinking we're going to try out these new challenge runs of sorts where it seems like it's just one floor and the game gives us a specific setup, or at least components of a certain setup. So not entirely sure what to make of this, but it does give us unique rewards, and I think those are pretty rare and pretty valuable. So looking forward to that. We can try to see if there are some things, like maybe keepsakes, that we could still take, in which case maybe the Ghost Onion. I mean, if it's just Erebus is the only floor that we're doing, then maybe we don't need to be too concerned about it, and we can just get a little bit of healing to keep us safe, and then level this up a little bit along the way as well, since it's a similar use case to the Silken Sash, but we've just given that one a little more love and a little more time to rank up. So why don't we go with that? I think it said this will be the staff as well, and the aspect of Malinois, which we have upgraded several times. I don't know if it's going to give us the base level of this, or if it will actually give us the rank 5 version we have here, which we could upgrade again, although that would cost basically all of our silver. And I'd kind of like to use some of it for this here, because this one could be interesting, and we don't yet have it. So I think we'll keep it as is, and we're going to find out just what this is all about. So let's scry.
I see what needs to be done.
I think it made reference to Chaos as well, which makes me think Chaos may... Oh.
Unstoppable.
Oh. Okay, so first thing I noticed, sure, was the Chaos boon right in front of us. This is not usually the place where we would see Chaos. The second thing I noticed was, I don't know if you checked in the bottom left corner. Those numbers are a little big. Can we gift to Chaos? We've already gotten Chaos's keepsake. I think we're fine. Oh.
Thank you for that. I can observe more clearly both the outcome of your trial and all else.
Okay, intriguing. Let's see. What? Excuse me? Okay, this is not really what I had expected. Well, take your pick. It's gonna be absolutely astronomical damage, no matter how you slice it. I mean, that number is the highest. Attacks is probably the most straightforward. If it's just one floor and the normal difficulty, then I feel like we're gonna be fine here, regardless. But, sure, we'll go with the highest number. Okay. That is the special.
As expected.
Is the base damage so low that it still only deals 34 damage? I was a little underwhelmed by that, to be honest with you. I think the normal attack might have higher base damage. What is that little icon in the top left corner there? Oh. Okay, that's not indicating something that is in the room. It's that little... Next to... We have boons. We have this for Arcana. Okay, we only get one Arcana here, so that is one way in which we are weaker, although I think all the other buffs probably more than make up for that. But then to the right of that hand for the Arcana / grasp sign, there's that pinkish red circle, which I think is just an indicator that we are in one of these special runs. And I don't think the 30 magic is going to make that big of a difference, unless one of these two will give us some reward based on how much max health or max magic we have. I guess we'll go with you, because I think at this point we'd like to see a special boon.
You again.
Yeah, there's basic attack is 20. 34 for basic special. And it does chain a little bit, as you're seeing there. He's useful.
Predictable.
It does turn into a little bit more of an AoE skill. Okay. Looking for special.
Granddaughter, where have you been? In the deepest reaches of your father's realm, perhaps? Striking at the very heart of our enemy. One can but hope.
That is true, and I will be interested to see to what extent people refer to our previous run versus the one that we are currently doing, since it's rather unique. Okay. I mean, it might just be normal rarity, but I think that is still absolutely worth taking, and the freeze effect is certainly useful as well. Okay, I think it also said in passing somewhere, don't think we need the health, I assume we can still get shops on this floor. But I think it said in passing, and now the freeze basically makes us unstoppable. I mean, famous last words, of course, yes, but... it said that the resources we collect are different. Ooh, where did you come from? In this run,
For me.
in terms of, like, crafting resources, meta resources of sorts. So I think that means, although technically we had the pickaxe equipped, I'm not sure if we're going to see any of that sort of stuff. And then, on the other end, obviously the reward we get for completing this is definitely different as well. You guys do have armor. We can't stun you, but we can freeze you. Okay. I mean... part of me feels like, oh, let's go and try to take 0 damage this entire run. But, nah, that's not that important. We'll go for the mini-boss. We will almost certainly get hit here, just because that is going to be more valuable than max magic, when we already have hundreds of magic to work with. Nope, and then I tried to dash the other side and maybe still avoid taking damage, but it did not work. Now you can be frozen again. You have a freeze cooldown, and then your friend over there. Had something to say about that as well. We can freeze that as well, though. Okay, now that we've broken your armor, this should be pretty straightforward. There we go. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage. Okay. Something tells me, unless there is some twist at the end, which certainly could be the case, but unless that happens, we should be fine.
Strange things have happened since the other night. Good things if you're not one of our enemies. We think perhaps you cut old Kronos down to size.
We did.
But he just grows right back, as I recall.
That is also true. Okay, let's see. Higher rarity this time. Of course, we probably would have preferred to have the higher rarity on the special, since that's what has the huge damage buff from Chaos. Anytime you take damage, it's reduced. We prime some magic. I think we're okay with priming some magic. Likewise with using some magic. But I don't think we need to worry about taking less damage. We'll just go with the cast upgrade. Okay, hammer. Oh man, if we could get a special upgrade here, and we get 18 healing. Do we just... is that percentage based? I don't remember what we may or may not have to give us percentage based healing in between each room, or if that's part of the challenge. Is it just a automatic full healing in between rooms? Because it basically seems like this is the game more or less introducing us to this new system and making it so that the first time you do it, it's really easy. Just to get you acquainted with it, conceptually, mechanically, and then subsequent ones, I imagine, will be nowhere near this much of a cakewalk. It'll be, you know, an actual challenge, not more or less an automatic win like this seems to be. Whenever you slay a foe with your charge attack, restore health. Not too concerned about that. Your charge special gains a power shot that deals plus 50% damage and restores magic. You can channel extra magic into your charge special and deal more damage in a larger area. Let's go with that.
My staff.
Ooh. Gotta go duo, right? Even if there's a shop. I assume we'll still find a shop in the... oh, there's a chaos spot here as well. Are we even gonna have time for that to evolve? I'm not sure that we will. Can't go to that mini shop until we've completed this encounter. We're gonna prioritize you, I guess.
Like a breeze.
Attack. Sprint forms gust. Freeze lasts longer. Let's go freeze lasts longer. Poseidon is not happy.
Friendly bit of advice. You turn your back on the sea, you're going to regret it. And the sea in this case is myself.
In case there was any doubt. I'm not sure we've made Poseidon angry at us yet, so I don't think we know what it's like when he does... okay, that's what he does. He creates those projectiles, and they do move, and they explode as well. So that's still relatively... oh, and explode in different ways? Seemingly, the first one seemed like it made projectiles of sorts, and then that one seemed like it did just a AoE burst of sorts. Maybe it is an AoE burst, primarily. Might have gotten hit by that one. Oh, well, we're on full health, so perhaps not. Also, I can do this. Which deals so much damage. It might more or less be an automatic kill on almost anything. Well, I'm not sure if we can actually break through shields and armor in one hit.
Satisfied?
Here we go.
All right, that's enough splashing around, I think. My wrath has ebbed back into the sea that is wherever my wrath has soared.
Okay. We've not taken an attack boon yet. Whenever you claim a reward other than boons or hammers, I'm not sure we need to worry so much about those types of things here. Splash effects also cause foes take 5% slip damage. Foes take more damage and are knocked away further. Just go for the attack boon, I guess. Again, I think this is just one floor, in which case I am planning short term with this stuff. Okay, and the amount of healing also scales up with our maximum health, it seems, because you would not usually see 231 healing for just 23 coins. We'll take the bones, though, since that would carry over. Given how there is a Chaos Gate right now, this is kind of hilarious, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm ready.
So, actually, I don't know if we can double up on Chaos boons before the first one has evolved, so I have no clue how that's gonna work out.
You recently entered your father's residence within the underworld's depths, but did not remain there. Need you at least discover what you sought? Do not respond. I am considering all the potential truths.
Okay, so this is interesting, because we saw the incantation that allows us to find the way to permanently defeat Kronos. At the moment, we don't know what it costs. It's some mysterious amount of the Zodiac Sand and one other resource, but we don't know how we're going to determine what that actual cost is, and might Chaos have the answer? There's a chance. Oh, next 11 encounters, your Arcana cards have no effects. Afterward, our casts deal ginormous damage. I mean, we've never seen heroic rarity Chaos boons until this run. Obviously, we got one at the very beginning. The thing is, I don't think this is going to last for 11 more encounters. I think we need to be going much more short-term than that. Can't earn gold, but afterwards we charge stuff faster. Whenever we take damage, we are stunned. Afterward, we find more resources with gathering tools. I don't even think there are any gathering tool resources we can collect on this run. So I think it kind of has to be this. Or, I mean, we've won our Arcana card. Alright, we'll do this just because if we actually have time for that to evolve, then it would presumably be the best, but I don't think we will. And whether we're going to get another Chaos Gate here... Oh, we will. Okay, apparently it is possible. Ooh, to double up. Oh, and these are the things that we unlocked the incantation for recently. These things here, which we just saw, can give us a shield. We long speculated what those might do. There were other mechanics that we suspected those might have been tied to, but did not prove to be the case, at least not until now. Chain is helpful. Okay. I don't know that we have gifted anything to Apollo yet. I don't think we have his keepsake yet. Also, I'm now realizing why we did the larger than expected amount of healing in between rooms. It's because we took the keepsake. I think we gift here. Right? I know it's our last nectar, but I don't think we have his keepsake yet. And in general, we haven't seen that much of Apollo relative to the other gods and goddesses.
Cousin Apollo, I am grateful for all your warmth, benevolence, and aid. Please accept this gift.
An offering for me? What a delightful surprise. And I haven't had a lot of those of late. Know what? I've something for you too.
Thank
There
you
we
for
go.
this, cousin.
Alright, as for his actual boon,
The other evening, we lost contact with you in the deepest level of the underworld. Soon after, though, our enemies flew into disarray, at least for a while. Your doing, wasn't it? Fine work.
well, that is good to hear that what we do in the underworld can also affect what's happening on Olympus. Okay. Stand in your casts. When they expire, we immediately restore magic. Not so concerned about that. Chance of our attack hitting twice. Casts expand in size until they expire. We did improve our cast, right? Maybe we do that.
Now.
just see what the alternatives are. I mean, obviously we're gonna go down here. It also doesn't cost us any damage,
Won't hurt at all.
because that was part of the buff that we acquired from the mini shop. And I'm not sure if you can usually have 2 chaos effects that are still in the works. This one still has 10 more encounters before it's ready to go, so I still doubt that we're going to see that evolve. As for this one, next 5 encounters, foe slain Inferno Bombs. After that, boons have higher rarity. Again, if this encounter, or this whole run, is only going to last for a couple more rooms, then that's probably not going to be a thing. Next 4 locations, location reward is hidden. Afterward, we get magic restoration. Next 4 encounters, we prime magic until the boon evolves. Wow. I'm not sure we've seen that downside before. Afterward, we channel our charge moves 12% faster. I mean, these two are this is probably the most helpful. I mean, this would be if we have any time to benefit from it. And I guess this one probably won't have time to benefit from either, so sure, well, I guess we'll take this. And just accept that this is probably the penultimate room right now.
Return now whence you came.
Why does that line sound familiar? That's definitely a quote from something. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I believe as soon as we are done defeating Hecate in this room, the run would end. So those Chaos Boons are really only downsides. Oh well. But, oh! I mean, this is useful, since it does have some carryover value. And, I mean, I suspect, unless Hecate has some nasty trick up her sleeve, that, what with our ginormous health, magic, and damage from the Chaos Boon, at least the initial one, we will be fine here and don't need to be too concerned about min-maxing for the actual encounter itself, but... Oh, that gives us a Charon card. I mean, that's also some value long-term, even beyond just this run. You take 10% less damage, restore some magic when you take damage, attacks and specials deal bonus damage to armor. I don't think she has any. Oh. Gain bonus max life based on your magic limit. So this is what I was alluding to before. Boons that power us up based on how much mass magic or mass health we have. Max health we have. Yeah, this is, that's gonna be pretty good.
The forge of the heavens.
I mean, not that we needed more health, but it does give us a lot more. Okay, so now, are there any surprises here?
You've a particular objective to achieve here, haven't you?
How'd you know?
Seen what must be done within the facets of the pitch black stone.
Indeed.
A trial on top of a trial. This is one of the infinite possibilities that Chaos anticipated. I chose this path, but it was already there for me to find.
It's very much disquieting to know the choices that we make might all be preordained to some extent. Nevertheless, Knight's will is to be done.
And that does seem to kind of be the thing, is with all these scrying stone chaos runs, it's much more predetermined what your build is and what your options will be as you go through the floor. I don't know if every single room is locked in place so everyone sees all the options that we saw, but here we go. Oh, is that bigger AoE than usual? I don't know, maybe I was just zoning out, focusing so much on getting our charged attacks in. Our base special is still just 40 base damage, which is not crazy. The charge one, though, that kind of is. Okay, maybe don't stand there.
To me, my sisters.
Alright, they do drop the Inferno Bomb, so yes, we are experiencing the downside of those Chaos Boons. Oh, no, you weren't supposed to do that. Is that the real one? That's not the real one. Is this the real one? That was not the real one either. It's always the last one you check. Enough range to hit you there? We do.
Twilight curse.
Oh, never mind. Fine. Have it your way then. Please turn me back now. Any day now. There we go. Now, honestly, as I walk into that, our base attack might be better than our base special.
Well done.
Charged! Absolutely. Special takes the cake, but the attack, it's actually surprisingly close. And look, even after using all those charged attacks, we still had so much magic remaining.
You've earned these spoils. May they strengthen your craft.
And I assume that this is where the run ends, but there's a chance it goes on as far as we choose to go.
Stardust. I did as Chaos asked.
Okay.
Going. You.
All right. There is the answer to our question.
Now.
Back to reality we go.
After such a simple crime, surely you would attempt another.
And there you go. That's just the teaser.
Chaos trial. Check.
That's how chaos gets you in, and then after that, any subsequent one, I imagine, will be significantly more difficult, or at least more or less at the same difficulty as a typical run would be for that floor, rather than giving us ridiculous buffs.
These chaos trials. We're not changing reality too much, are we, Phrenos?
Another question I have is I wonder whether you can rerun the same one, or if once you do that one, you can't ever go back to it, because it's kind of a power trip. It's a little bit fun at times to just mess around with that kind of thing.
Hey, what happened? You look weird or something. I don't know. We're not too long. Took someone to the woods.
Dora!
No, Dora, though I don't think I can sufficiently explain. You know the pitch black stone? Turns out it can do things.
I guess you could put it that way.
The purple rock can do things, you say? You know what? I don't even want to know the rest. Just gonna let my imagination take over for you, thanks.
Anytime?
I mean, anything you can imagine. I imagine the Chaos Stone could make into a reality. Oh. What are you doing there? There is rubbish, but there's no Eris, somewhat surprisingly.
Hello, spirits.
No, it's not like she's over there. Let's see what Odysseus is doing over here, though.
Oh, hail, goddess. I didn't notice your approach. Half inclined to blame the onset of the years, but I've no such excuses in this state.
Yeah, one doesn't really age in the underworld, do they? Not after they've technically died already.
I didn't mean to startle you, Odd. How's the mood been around here? Everything all right?
The mood and everything is well enough. Our ranks swell with shades moved by the tale that the princess of the underworld has returned, with vengeance on her mind.
Oh.
Nothing like a bit of sworn vengeance to inspire the masses. Though, what about you?
Wait, is Vengeance the name of the resource that we just got from completing that Chaos run? I don't remember what it was called. There's a chance it was, though.
Everything's shipshape with me, especially after a brief reprieve right here. Be well, goddess.
You too.
Okay. I think that's the first time we've seen one of our friends hanging out here. Even though we added that area to the crossroads a fair while ago.
Wards are holding fast.
Okay, let's see. Since we picked up...
This should be possible.
Oh. We did pick up a new resource, yes. However, we also did something for the first time, which might unlock a new type of incantation. Whenever you activate the warding circles, fully recharge your hex if it's not ready. Oh. That's interesting. And I've only ever consciously noticed these circles of the moon in Erebus, the first floor going down. Are they on other floors as well, and I just didn't pay them any mind? Or is that actually a thing, where for whatever reason, they only are in one floor? We do have enough Nightshade, and I think we can plant a lot more of that. Isn't that common stuff? Whereas the Mandrake is a little more rare, but I think we're still doing okay. So let's do it.
Should have everything here. I ask of you, spirits of earth and night, to take away this pain that we may fight. So mote it be.
There we go. And then something else on this
With this
page.
stardust, I could form an immutable bond with a beast that has affinity for me.
Oh, hold on. This is intriguing. Okay, we can make nectar. Huh? Takes time for it to actually brew. It gives us 3 of the nectar. So I was going to say that golden apple we get from Eris, which is not the easiest encounter. So that didn't really feel like a fair exchange to go 1 golden apple for 1 nectar. 1 for 3 is maybe a little bit better. Moonlit essence from Shadow. Shadow from the Chaos stuff? Well, we can get it here. Just see. Maybe we're going in reverse order. Shadow extraction. Takes some time, but afterward manifest 1 shadow used for powerful incantations. Costs ashes, we have enough of that. Psyche, we certainly have enough of that. Fabric, which we don't have enough of, but we could purchase it. And this is intriguing. Okay, so this costs us the S-Dust that we just acquired from that Chaos run. Cook 2 of those things, which compel animal familiars. So this is seemingly what we have needed all this time to get the cat familiar up on the surface. We have speculated quite a bit as to what it might be that we were missing, but this does seem to be it. So I know the S-Dust is really... well, it took us a long time to get one. I think it's really valuable, because I thought I saw at least one of the really powerful Arcana cards. We needed to have it to upgrade those. But if we can do other Chaos Room, or Chaos runs, I don't expect them to be as easy as the one we just did, but they should be doable, right? Maybe we're okay still spending this.
Power to create. This'll take a little while.
Will take a little while, though, and usually I'm a little reluctant to spend those rare resources that quickly, but as I said, I think we should have a way to at least get a couple more of them.
That pitch black stone in our training grounds. I've sensed it ever since your incantation. The subtle influence of chaos on this realm.
Or in some cases, not so subtle.
Our goals are intertwined. When I gaze upon the stone, I begin to see different paths and possibilities in every facet. Some leading closer to our victory.
Those paths and possibilities are real, like as not, as are the splendors that await should you indulge our primordial benefactor. There always is uncertainty where chaos is concerned. Yet I trust that Nix's parent is an ally, not a threat.
Yeah, although it's hard to say Chaos really takes sides in anything, what with Chaos being Chaos. If anything, it does seem as though Chaos is maybe giving a slight preference over Chronos.
I trust so too.
In Chaos's own way, at least.
Was it always like this? Between you and Headmistress? I used to think it was me you hated most of all.
You've always been naive, Princess. As for Hecate, I liked her better before she decided this right here was the best use of my talents.
I mean, I guess that is kind of a fair criticism.
She made that decision long ago. So you're going to resent her forever? Or are you going to do something about it?
Oh? Yeah. I mean, if your job was to just stand around in town forever, then that would, and you're a powerful goddess, that might get frustrating at times, so I can understand it from that standpoint, but Nemesis has not exactly channeled that frustration in the most healthy or constructive of ways.
I am doing something about it. I'm honoring my vow to Mother Nyx. Else I'd be long gone, much to your disappointment, I'm sure.
Okay.
I would be very disappointed, yes.
Oh. Right, so plenty of time before that gets delivered. And I don't think we can cook up any other incantations for now, so maybe this is not the time to just buy out a whole bunch of Fate fabric. Is there anything else here? Oh!
Garlic.
Harvest the garlic. Let's of it at that. Yeah, and okay, we spent some Nightshade, but as I suspected, we have a whole bunch. We could get back here and... You know, we just planted a bunch of garlic, so maybe we go the cattail route here. Nothing from you? Nothing but snoring from Hypnos. Okay. Oh? Oh, I thought the camera was automatically panning to something like there was going to be some sort of dramatic reveal as soon as we walked in here, so I just stopped for a second and let it happen. No, that was all my doing. I completely imagined that. Huh? What happened to Skelly, though? Where'd he go? I expected him to have something to say about the run that we just did. Okay, so... yeah, that says cleared, and not surprised to see that at the very least, you can't rerun it to get the reward again. I was kind of curious if you could just run it for fun again if you wanted to. But, yeah, so each of these would give us more of the resource that we just spent, so... I don't expect them to be as easy as the one we just did, but it is possible to farm more of that stuff. So even though we spent some of it...
What's that one do?
Oh, we did pick this up last time, but I don't think we had given it a look. It's the keepsake from Eris. After each encounter, you deal plus 0.5% damage, but also take that much more. So obviously 0.5 doesn't sound like a lot, but each encounter, if you were to take this at the very beginning of the run and keep it for the entirety of the run, then those numbers could get pretty huge. Especially if you go into some optional encounters to extend the length of the run. It's high risk, because you're taking more damage along the way as well, but this is actually one of the few keepsakes I think we've seen where it makes a really big difference the duration that you keep it. Because on the other end of the spectrum, we've seen things like the gold purse, which we've used a lot, where you just throw it on from one floor and you never want to keep it for any longer than that. Likewise for the moonbeam. Then the other thing we got was Purest Hope, which is Apollo's keepsake, and this one is functionally the same type of thing as the other boon-giving god and goddess keepsakes we've seen from other people. So that's not terribly surprising. And as for next go-round, we have the skull is the bonus weapon, although I don't think we have the skull showing up. We do have the skull showing up here. I don't know if that counts for these as well. But I think that probably would be the next direction we would look to go in, is doing more of the chaos runs. Otherwise, of course, we have started to experiment a little bit with the fear system. So, between those two things, we still have a few more directions we can go in before we run out of new stuff to do. And of course, there are also various upgrades and incantations that we have yet to make. But I do think this is a good place for us to wrap up here, so thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.